Alright, let's talk about something that sounds super fancy but is actually pretty simple once you break it down. Plenary authority. This term pops up a lot in legal discussions, government debates, and even in news headlines, but it can seem intimidating if you're not familiar with it. Don't worry though. By the end of this video, you'll have a solid grasp of what plenary authority really means, why it matters, and how it shapes the way decisions are made in all sorts of organizations. You've probably heard the term before, especially in the context of governments or courts. But what does it really mean? Is it just another way of saying in charge, or is there more to it? Let's break it down together. So, plenary authority is basically a type of power or control that's complete and absolute. When someone or a group has plenary authority, they have the full, unrestricted ability to make decisions and take action within a certain area. It's like having the highest level of permission possible. No need to ask anyone else, unless there's a specific rule that says otherwise. If someone or some group has plenary authority, they can do pretty much anything within their area of responsibility. They don't have to check in with another committee or get approval from a higher-up, unless the law or a constitution specifically limits them. This kind of authority is rare, but when it exists, it's powerful. There are no limits, unless the law specifically says otherwise. That's the key. Plenary authority is only as unlimited as the rules allow. If there's a law, a constitution, or a court ruling that sets boundaries, those boundaries have to be respected. Let's take Congress in the United States as an example. Congress is often cited as having plenary authority in certain areas, and this is a great way to see how the concept works in real life. The Constitution gives Congress the power to regulate interstate commerce. This is known as the Commerce Clause, and it's a big deal in American law. That means, in anything about trade between states, Congress has plenary authority. They can decide how goods move, what rules apply, and how disputes are settled. This authority is broad and covers a lot of ground. They can pass laws, make rules, set guidelines, whatever they think is necessary. This power allows Congress to respond quickly to new challenges or changes in the economy, and to create a consistent set of rules for the whole country. Unless something in the Constitution, or a court decision, steps in to limit them, their authority is kind of total. But remember, even the most powerful authority isn't above the law itself. But here's where it gets interesting. Just because someone has plenary authority doesn't mean it's unchecked. In fact, the whole idea of checks and balances in government is designed to make sure that no one has absolute power forever. Courts can still interpret what those powers mean, and sometimes the law puts up some fences. Judges might decide that a certain action goes too far, or that a new law violates basic rights. So even plenary authority has to answer to the bigger legal framework. For example, even if Congress has plenary authority over immigration, they can't just pass a law that violates the Constitution. The Bill of Rights and other constitutional protections still apply, and the courts are there to enforce those limits. So, think of plenary authority as having a superpowered tool, but you've still got to follow the rulebook. It's like being given the keys to a really fast car, but you still have to obey the speed limit and traffic laws. And plenary authority isn't just a government thing. You'll find it in all sorts of organizations, from local school boards to city councils, and even in some private groups. Some organizations, like school boards or city councils, might have plenary authority over certain matters, like budgets or policies. This means they can make decisions without needing approval from another body, as long as they stay within the rules set by higher authorities. But again, there are always higher rules and limits that keep that power in check. State laws, city charters, or even organizational bylaws can all set boundaries on what plenary authority can and can't do. So, next time you hear someone say plenary authority, just remember, it's the legal way of saying, we're in charge here, but even the boss has to play by some rules. It's a reminder that in any system, no matter how much power someone has, there's always a bigger picture and a set of rules that everyone has to respect. Thanks for watching, and stay curious. If you want to learn more about legal concepts like this, or have questions about how authority works in different settings, let us know in the comments. There's always more to explore in the world of law and government.